Hi guys, me again. Today we're going to be doing a fairly quick tutorial, and that is how to make looping backgrounds for your story. So grab your laptops, grab your coffee, have mine in my lap, and let's get started. Okay, so episodes have their own looping backgrounds, but a lot of them go really quickly. So it's hard to make a character walk through the scene with it looking realistic. But you can actually use their own backgrounds as overlays. As with all cool stuff you do in an episode, it's all with overlays. So you can always download one of their backgrounds to use for this. You can also find your own backgrounds using something like Unsplash or Pexels, a free photo site, free to use, free license. Make sure there are no copyright issues when you do this. And you also need a photo editing software. You don't need Photoshop. I will be using Photoshop in this tutorial, but you don't need that. You can use a free one like Pixelmator, or you can go online. There's plenty of free image editing online software that you can use to do this exact same thing. So let's dive in. So here we have our image, and the first thing we're going to do is resize it to episodes dimensions, and that's for a 3-panel 3-zone is 1920 pixels wide, and then the height is 1136 pixels high. So as you see here, we've got everything to size, and now what we're going to do is actually cut part of the left side out. I did it for one full zone, which is 640 pixels wide. You cut that out and then paste it back in so it's on its own layer. And then what you need to do is add another 640 pixels to the canvas size. So you actually have a 4-zone background going on here. And then you just move the piece that you cut out, move it, bring it over to the right side, and then move it around until you get something that sort of lines up. So you can see the tree line sort of lines up where it is, and same with the ground. It's a little bit undulated, so there's a bit of a difference. Something else I'm going to do is just lighten the sky here, so it matches a little bit better. And we'll do some touch-ups using the little Band-Aid brush there, the healing brush, just so it looks a bit better, blends a bit better. We're not worrying about it being too perfect. We just don't want any major lines going across. We want it to blend as well as possible. We'll do the same through the trees and down on the bottoms, just so you don't have a line cutting through. And at this point, we're going to crop it so it's full size. It doesn't really matter what size this is. The main point is that when you save it, the file size has to be under 1 megabyte per the portal upload rules for overlays. So just make sure it's going to be quite small when it goes in, but it doesn't matter. You can resize it once it's in the portal. So now we go into the portal. What you need to do here is put in a background. It can be absolutely any background. Just a 1-zone background is fine because you're going to be staying in the same zone. And then you add your looping background over the top. I have another forest loop, so this is forest loop 2. Always have your narrator with a pause afterwards, just so you can check. It's the only way you can save it and actually look at what you're doing. We're going to put our character in here, which is me, obviously, just for scale and to make sure that the background is to the right scale in the background, and the character doesn't look too big or too small in the scene. Obviously, you can adjust this with your character size and your background size when you get to it. Okay, so now that you've uploaded your overlay into the episode portal, it pops up on screen and it's really tiny. So make sure you resize it so it fills the entire screen. It's all the way on the left edge, so you want that coordinate to be 0, 0 down on the bottom. And then what you want to do once you have it at the right size is drag it all the way across so that the right edge of your overlay matches up with the right edge of your screen. And that way you know that's the absolute end of your overlay. And that's where you're going to reset it to 0 when you make it loop. So make sure you get those coordinates down, and let's get back into the portal. So now that you know what the scale size is of your overlay, we'll put that in, keep the coordinates at 0, 0, because it's going to start in the bottom left-hand corner. Let's get our character moving. So they're going to face right, and they're going to start walking. They're facing right because we have this particular background is going from right to left. You can do it the other way as well, so you can do it either way. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are going right to left across the screen. So what you need to do to make it loop is shift your looping overlay. So you shift it to that far right side in zone 1 in a certain amount of time. We're going to use 10 seconds here, just for a baseline speed. It's usually a pretty good walking speed with these looping backgrounds. And then you have the overlay go right back to its starting position in 0 seconds. So it'll pop right back into place from the start. And then you loop that whole overlay motion infinite times. It's exactly the same principle as the background weather overlays. And there you have it. That's it. Now you have a overlay that you can use at different speeds. So you can have your character walk or run or ride a horse or drive a car across the screen. This is great for if you want to slow down one of episodes' looping backgrounds, or if you need your own, that if one of episodes doesn't fit and you need your own. I've had to make all my own for any sci-fi story that I have because theirs just don't fit. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you like this video, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for updates. I have one coming out just about every week. I know I missed last week, but I'm going to try to keep up with it. So hopefully I will see you here next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.